Onimai is absolutely fantastic. Much more than I ever expected. My gosh, I'm already calling it anime of the year. Onimai is so I gotta chill myself out. I'm gonna overhype this. I really need to chill out. But dang, if that first episode didn't just take my expectation and exceed it so much, I am blown away. Honestly, let me get into this. Onimai is a series that is airing in the winter 2023 anime season. Onimai, I'm Now Your Sister. A series that, honestly, I had some expectations coming into it, and it completely blew them away. But this is my thoughts on the first episode of the series. My first impressions, so let's jump right into it. Onimai, I'm Now Your Sister opens up with a boy waking up one morning to realize that, yes, something's changed. His voice is different. His hand's a little bit smaller. And yes, he looks into his iPad's camera and then realizes he's now a girl. And as he's freaking out and he's going to check himself, his sister barges in and goes, "Oh my gosh, you're super cute. Turned out much cuter than I expected." And he's like, "Wait, this is your fault. You can't use humans as guinea pigs." Pretty much assume at this point that his sister likes to do experiments. And so she drugged his drink and it turned him into a girl. And only a single little drop. And we'll kind of find out from this boy, Mahiro, who is just turned into a girl. He really likes ero games. He is a NEET. He hasn't done anything in his life ever since he left school, and he's been basically a NEET for the last 2 years. And as a way to kind of get back at his sister, he's like, you know what, nothing's going to change. Whatever. I'm just going to go continue to play my ero games. Boy or girl, it doesn't matter. And in order to kind of curb his desires, his sister informs him, "I've heard that pretty much females, when they experience that, it's hundreds of times more impactful. And so it might blow your mind." And this kind of scares him into even thinking about doing anything inappropriate. So, what kind of follows this is you kind of see Mahiro as he's having to deal with the fact that he's now female. His sister kind of pushing upon him to have to clean himself, have a better schedule in his life, get up earlier, get exercise, eat healthy, all that kind of stuff. And additionally, pushing upon him different, yes, female outfits, even getting rid of all of his old clothes. In the later part of this episode, you sort of get the sense that he's now getting desires. He said that his desires are hitting him so much that he was trying to curve it. Because, again, he doesn't want to try to do that because he's afraid of what she said. So he started playing a BL game, this BL game that he accidentally bought at some point. And then he's getting really upset and tearful and frustrated because now he's starting to get urges from watching BL. So in order to curve that, once again, his sister offers to take him out and get him exercising again, which is difficult for him, obviously, because he's been a shut-in for the last 2 years. And so after kind of giving him comfort, she ends up dragging him out of home and takes him out running. And during this time, he talks about the fact that even if I was fully fit, I'd never be able to keep up with my sister. You get the sense that his sister was very athletic. She beat a bunch of records when she was younger. And then, yes, she was so smart that she got into college really, really early. His sister is extremely smart and extremely athletic. But what we start to get a sense here is that this expectations pushed upon him because of how smart his sister is, his little sister, he was seen as less. He was always judged by this. And it's kind of insinuating that's the reason why he kind of pushed himself out. But additionally, this kind of gives him purpose. He's like, well, now I finally have purpose. I'm kind of okay with the fact that my sister did this to me because at least now I have a purpose. At least now I'm kind of helping her with what she's doing, her research. Which, yes, quickly is cut off because he realizes that his chest has been rubbing on his outfit too much, and she gets upset because he wasn't wearing a bra, and so they go out bra shopping. So kind of wraps things up with that whole situation, which, yes, causes him a massive identity crisis. So yes, I'm so in love with this show. First of all, visually, absolutely fantastic. Of course, this is being done by Studio Bind, who's obviously was a studio that was created for making the adaptation from Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. And that series obviously is very, very beautiful. And it's great because this is one of those shows where it's a simple style. It's very cutesy. It's very chibi style. Chibi-esque, not chibi characters, but very cutesy and small type characters. But it has so much amount of detail and animation in the characters themselves. They feel lively. They're constantly moving, and the perspective shots are all over the place. I love this show visually. And yes, the OP and the ED are freaking phenomenal, music-wise and everything. The ED I've watched so many times because it just pops. Like, it just absolutely pops. So yes, visually, beautiful. Love it. Like, a lot of the shots with, like, just the early morning with the dust in the lighting and everything like that, it just looks super good. And yes, every time the characters react and emote, it looks so good. Add in that with, yes, the great voicing. Mahiro's Seiyu is so freaking cute. I love her Seiyu. His Seiyu, whatever you want to call it. Super, super cute. Got a very raspy, but also very cutesy and fun voice to him. And then the sound effects, like, it just accents it. You have these sound effects in there as well to kind of give those little comedic beats, that little extra oomph. And then the music itself going along with it is super good. Everything visually, presentation-wise, is so, so good. Now, everything else. Let's get into the controversy. Let's get the controversy out of the way. Yes, he has been transformed into a cutesy girl. And yes, he loves ero games. I did get a sense when I briefly checked out the manga before the series came out, I assumed this show wasn't going to be risque. Like, it isn't going to go for ero. It's not going to go for ecchi or anything like that. It borderlines it. Don't get me wrong, it does borderline it. But it never goes into that as a way of being, like, super risque. It's not trying to be a naughty show. And like I said, the sense that I got from the manga was that it was more heartwarming. It's the shenanigans of a guy having to be turned into a girl, but it's never going into those things. And again, his sister really kind of shuts it down really quickly by saying, if you do that, it's going to blow your mind and it's probably dangerous. And so he's afraid of it. And so yes, it's going to borderline that stuff. So keep that in mind. So people that are, like, super against, yes, the fact that he's technically in a body that is very petite. He's, I think, going to be going to junior high or something like that, but it's that middle school area there. It's that borderline. And so some people might be bothered by that. And yes, the Crunchyroll version is the censored version from Japan. Crunchyroll did not censor it. I really hate having to say this every single time. Crunchyroll themselves did not censor it. There is a single shot that was cut from this version. There will be an uncensored version later on ATX that's, I think, a week late, possibly. But essentially what is different is that there's a lot more fog in the bathroom. And when he does finally leave the bathroom, or the bath, there's a brief shot where he's walking towards the counter and there's a shampoo bottle or whatever that's covering his lower half. So there is content. There's, or at least repositioned content. So instead of showing him there, it just shows the bathroom instead. So the controversy aside, I don't really care. I don't think it's trying too hard. And I think if, again, it kind of goes in that realm of if you're into that kind of stuff, that's your own fault. It's super cute for me. It's cutesy for me. It's fun. And yes, it's kind of practical. Now, putting that stuff aside, there's two aspects of this show that I really, really love. Yes, the aspect of him having to be a girl now is really funny. And they've played off a lot of really funny stuff so far. And again, very cutesy in the way that it's presented. I love this aspect that he's starting to like what's given to him. Like, she gives him all these outfits and gets rid of his old outfits. He gets upset about it at first, but then he starts putting on the clothes and he starts to dance around it. He thinks it's super cute. And she keeps spotting him doing it. And it's so good. I just laugh so hard watching him just have so much fun and get into it. It's sort of giving you a sense really early on that he's okay with this. And it could be, she kind of described it as a possibility that it's like a side effect of what she's done to him, that he mentally is getting into the form of female. Like, it's not just that he transformed into a female body, he's starting to become a female, and he's liking it. And that's kind of a cute, fun thing about it that they're kind of getting into. And yes, that he's going to have to start kind of changing his habits because she wants him to get more healthy and stuff like that. And being a female, he's going to have to try harder. It's a little more difficult for them. But the thing that this started opening the door for, and I realized it really quickly, and it just hit at the end of the episode, is you get a sense very quickly that the sister wants this for him. That there is a chance that the sister wants to save her brother. Because she may herself acknowledge the fact that she kind of did this to him. Because she was so great, it put expectations on her brother. And she loves her brother, and she's seen that her brother is wasting away. Again, spend the last 2 years being stuck up in his house, claiming that he is the house security because he's always there to make sure nothing happens. So him leaving the house is getting rid of that security. But again, as they're running, as he's recalling his sister and the expectations placed upon him and what that did to his life, eventually he himself even acknowledges, if I can do this and help my sister, That's great. But I think it's going to be the reverse as well. I think this, what they're kind of playing out here is the sister wants to change him. And through her own means, she probably figures it's the best way to do it. If I can change him into a girl, that way he doesn't mess with all this eroge stuff anymore, and he gets out more, I can help him as a female, I can help him as a female get out more, explore things. Through these experiments, I can force him to have to get up off his butt. I can force him to find fun things. And yes, again, he gets into it. He's getting into the cuteness of it and wanting to show off how cute he is. And I think that's what they're going to get into. And I think that's super wholesome and super cute. Yes, it's super messed up that she's changed him into a girl, but that's what I'm already feeling. I'm already feeling, oh, this is something that the two of them can do together. They'll have fun together. And yes, he'll start to explore new things. And yes, probably get out there more. The question mark that I really have right now based on the OP and the ED is that I feel like the characters they're introducing, all these side characters that are probably going to pop up here soon, all these other girls, I wonder if they're going to be people that get interest in Mahiro, and then that's introduced to his sister, or is this going to be a case where these are the sister's friends, and they just swamp onto him, and then he meets friends? Either way, I think it's going to be super cute. It's super fun. Animation's fantastic. The presentation's fantastic. I cannot be more excited for the show. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Anything else? Did I miss anything? Holy crap, I feel like I'm just gushing like crazy, but that was a phenomenal first episode, and I cannot express enough how excited I am for the series going forward. I just got a huge kick out of the fact when they first looked in the mirror, the sister's like, tee. And he's like, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You know, he was thinking about it. He's like, dang, I look cute. I think the really great thing about this show is that, honestly, to be completely truthful, gender binge shows for anime are very miss. Like, we barely, like, every time they try it, it just doesn't work. There's very few times where it actually works. And this is one that just really nails it. And again, I think it's because it's going for a, yes, cutesy aspect. The fact that he gets into that cutesy aspect, he's embracing the cute side of being a female, not necessarily the, yes, inappropriate side of it. He is embracing the cutesiness of it, and he's getting into it. And I think that's going to be, with the aspect of the wholesome nature of it possibly being a story about the sister trying to save her brother, I think that's where it sets it aside. I think it's a great avenue for them to take it. You can still have the comedy, you can still have the cutesy, and yes, you can have a little impact in there. And that impact, I think, is what's really grabbing me right now. It could just be, oh, it's cute, fun, whatever. Another cutesy fun show. Enjoy it if you want to enjoy it. But it's setting it aside, and I cannot wait for it. I know that Michiko Ducote was already working on the series composition, which, absolutely fantastic series composition writer. Was very surprised to see that Akio Watanabe got on board with the storyboarding, which Akio Watanabe is more known for character designs, which, yes, the Monogatari series, phenomenal character designs. But I think that that's going to add that little extra flavor. Adding that cutesy ability to put these storyboards together, I think is going to set it aside. I think that's what's really giving it a flavor. The only other thing that is kind of a shrug when I looked at this originally was the director. The director's only worked on, like, Pastel Memories, a very new director. And so if this is their breakout, I'll give him a pat on the back. Welcome. Welcome. Go watch it. Onimai, I'm Now Your Sister. I am super happy with this show, and I cannot wait for more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment. Let me know what you thought of this series, if you're going to be checking it out. Additionally, if you're new to this channel, make sure that subscribe button so you get all my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions, top lists. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon link, a tips link, super thanks, and a membership button down below. I greatly appreciate everybody that supports the channel, and y'all take care.